Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Edna and Harvey, the Breakout. And when last we left off, we got locked up with all the other inmates in the asylum after our failed attempt at escaping. To be fair, it was a pretty poor attempt at getting out. I knew it wasn't going to work, but it has brought us here, to a place where we can potentially solve quite a lot of puzzles. And there are people to talk to. We've already spoken in depth with Jug, though I couldn't understand what he was saying. It's a good thing Edna could. We've managed to blag our way into getting access to the interior of this building, where I imagine Adrian lives. After all, he is the king of the recreation area, which this place probably is. With all our conversation with Jug exhausted, it's time to look at Alumen.
There's an old man with an aluminum cape standing at the window.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, young lady. Wait. Stay there. There's no doubt. You're different from the others. Your aura is highly energetic. Who are you? Where do you come from?
I have a lot of things that I can say here, and I know exactly what I'm going to say.
I'm Edna. I've come from the dungeons of a tower.
You have been incarcerated for a long time indeed. Your kismet is like a thirsty sponge that aches to suck itself full of freedom. But you haven't reached your goal yet. Keep at it, Edna. The days of your enslavement are numbered.
Wow. Impressive speech, Gramps.
What brings you here, my child?
Oh, we have a lot of stuff that we can talk about. Hopefully you're right and we'll get out of here soon. Let's start with the most obvious question. Who is this person?
Who are you?
My name ceased to be of importance long ago. The moment I inherited the wisdom of the cosmos, I decided to abandon all ties to my former existence. I am known as the Alumen now.
You loonies love to refer to yourselves only by your characteristics, don't you?
It's just easier to memorize.
Let's see what he's up to. He does have that coat hanger. That might be useful. I could always do with more inventory items.
What is it exactly that you're doing here?
I'm checking the flow of the chi for holes.
Why are you doing that?
Well, somebody has to do it. You can't just walk about with holes in your chi now, can you? The whole yin might be flooded by yang, and you can kiss the feng shui goodbye.
I get the feeling you don't quite know what you're talking about, and yet you sort of do. There's going to be some fractured wisdom in what you say, and I'm going to have to pay attention.
Why are you dressed that way?
The aluminum enhances my astral conductivity. This way I'm always in touch with the essential.
And the A on your chest?
That is not an A. It is the Earth Rune. It connects me with Gaia, the Earth Goddess.
And the diving goggles?
It protects me from chlorine. What did you think?
I thought it might have done something else, but hey, protecting yourself from chlorine is a good idea.
Who lives in the cushion castle?
That would be King Adrian. Quite an interesting case. He got struck by lightning and developed certain abilities after that. In fact, his case supports some of my theories.
What theories are those?
What exactly are those theories?
I have developed a couple of theories regarding Adrian's case. After lightning struck him, he suddenly had psychic abilities. I don't know exactly how to name my theory. I'm considering psychokinetic conductivity through electric currents, electrostatic psi extension, high voltage precognition, or just fortune doesn't always favor fools.
All of those are pretty good.
What abilities are those?
He sees things before they happen.
Wow! No wonder he's your king. He must be very powerful then.
Indeed he is. He always wins at Chinese checkers that way.
Yeah, but in addition to that,
And at Scrabble.
but the possibilities.
You said it. The recreation room is full of board games. And Adrian wins them all. He even won the jigsaw puzzle contest. The prize was a medal of real gold.
Ooh, that sounds important. We want that. Also, he really could use those abilities to do amazing things. But winning at all board games forever is pretty neat. You could certainly make a career out of doing that, that's for sure.
Why do you call him king?
Well, that was the wager in a game of Yahtzee. We were naive enough to think we could beat him. B-Man had worked out a strategy. The ticket inspector developed a fail-safe system. Professor Knock supplied us with the medication. He had scraped together everything he could get his hands on for 1 whole year, just for the occasion. Petra even designed a special choreography for us to follow. Alas, it was to no avail. Well, we could have done worse. Imagine if Petra had won. Pilates every morning. Ugh.
We're being introduced to even more people that are here. I imagine we're going to be talking to all of them in time.
Let's talk about something else.
There are still things we can talk about. That one's quite important. Well, we're going to talk about that coat hanger.
Your coat hanger tells you all that?
Why no? It serves as an aerial to pick up cosmic oscillations. Plus, I'm keeping it handy just in case. An aluminum suit is very prone to wrinkling, you know.
Oh, I can imagine. Do you know a way we can get out of here?
Do you know a way out of here?
Outside and inside are just 2 aspects of the same circumstance. Like the 2 sides of a coin. Neither be inside nor outside, Edna. Just be.
We'd rather just be outside of here, though, if that's alright. And if you could help us with that, that'd be great. Like giving us that coat hanger.
Can I have the coat hanger?
Normally, I despise the concept of material possessions, but the coat hanger is essential to me, I'm afraid. For one thing, it is my aerial that connects me to the ethereal realm. I'm also keeping it handy just in case. An aluminum suit is very prone to wrinkling, you know.
Maybe there's something we could give you in exchange.
I have to get a move on.
Take care of your karma.
That I will. You're a nice person, caring about our well-being, even if you are trying to find holes in chi right now. Harvey, what do you make of Alumen?
What do you make of this guy, Harvey?
Why don't we have such cool get-ups?
I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with human dignity.
That's what I mean. We are suffering from a terrible lack of dignity. Now, if we had tinfoil suits like he has...
We'd be the toast of the town.
We'd also crinkle an awful lot. Do you want a polo mallet?
I don't hit old men. Unless they try some funny stuff on me.
Fair enough. Now let's try and hand over the pen.
Do you want my pen?
The pen may be mightier than the sword, but not nearly the equal of a coat hanger.
We're definitely going to be exchanging something for the coat hanger. What about the comic book?
There is a certain similarity between him and Captain Useless. There aren't that many superheroes with a pot belly and a mustache.
I imagine there are quite a few superheroes with mustaches. I imagine a lot of them have had one at one point. A lot of superheroes have been around for a very long time.
I think he already has sufficient insulation.
Good point. What about the mustard?
Are you hungry?
I don't need solid food. I feed on electromagnetic radiation.
That's incredible! How is that possible?
I once swallowed a clock radio.
I imagine you still need food. Trust me, you still need food.
Are you hungry?
I don't need... I feed...
That's incredible.
I...
That's exactly the same. What about the police badge. It worked on Drugglejug. Surely it can work on you.
Stick 'em up, FBI.
You cannot impress me with your worldly authority. Why don't you try that with Drugglejug?
Oh wow, the game outright tells you to do that. Interesting. Will the pot be a suitable enough replacement?
Are you hungry?
I don't need. I feed.
That's it.
Okay, that's exactly the same. What about the key?
Do you know which room this key will open?
If you want to achieve real freedom, you'll have to seek the key that is of immaterial nature.
Wow. When you put it that way, I get goosebumps and fish scales at the same time. Have you ever thought about a career as a voice actor for video games?
I bet he has. I'm gonna not offer these as choices right now. I get the feeling one of them might work.
I've learned how to forge signatures.
Do you believe that all your efforts will finally free you? You should focus on freeing your innermost self first.
You mean my flatulistic tendencies?
I'm not sure that's what he was referring to. Also, can we show him this?
I admit that it's fun, but one is enough for now.
No, we can't. Can we show him the form?
Will you go to the therapy session for me?
Not today, no. Today's session is group therapy for game designers. The problems of those nerds give me hives.
Can we show you a toenail? It's a fine replacement for a coat hanger.
Hey,
No, actually it's not. Well, it was worth a try. What about the paper cup?
Do you need this filthy water cup?
no thanks. I don't drink fluids during the day anymore.
I see. You accumulate moisture by tapping the ethereal realm at night.
No. How does that work? The sole reason I don't drink is that my suit doesn't have a zipper, and it takes half an hour to peel myself out of it.
Do you want a knife?
Do you want to hold my knife for a bit?
Don't come too close to me with that. Tin foil is not the toughest of materials, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Do you want a fork?
Do you want my fork?
No thanks. I have no use for it. I don't need solid food. I feed on electromagnetic radiation.
That's
Okay, so we're not gonna find anything in our inventory right now that's going to help us. But we need that coat hanger. I know we do. Let's go this way. Okay, there's not a lot here. Actually, that's wrong! There are loads of things here, like this sign.
This sign couldn't be much less subtle, I'd say.
I don't know, it could be even less subtle. It could have flashy lights and something going, "Hey, there's a phone over here!"
Hello, sign. Do you have anything to say to me?
Turn to your right to reach the phone.
Thank you, my friendly sign.
How helpful.
I'm using this sign for orientation. The phone is to the right.
Marvelous.
No, I don't want to be responsible if nobody can find the phone anymore.
It is very difficult to find, after all, without that sign.
Look, Harvey, a sign.
How could I miss it?
It's obvious, I know. I just wanted to point your attention to it.
I don't much appreciate the pompous tone in your voice.
Come on, Harvey. Cool your jets, will ya? I just wanted to...
What's with the jets now? If I knew anything about secret government programs, wouldn't I try to appear as inconspicuous as I can?
What? But you do appear quite inconspicuous.
There could be many reasons for that.
Okay, that was a much longer dialogue than I thought there would be for showing Harvey this sign. Clearly, we must now destroy it.
Aha! On guard!
Good thing they put these training guides here. I'll have to remember to thank the Knight of the White Lance later.
I have no idea what you're referring to there. But we can augment it incorrectly. But we can still augment it.
In this panel, we see Captain Useless get totally lost. In the next panel, we see Handy Boy searching the glove compartment for the street map.
Also, we now know what happened to the phone, because there's a cord here where the phone used to be. We have seen the other half of the phone, to be fair. I just thought there might be more than one phone. Pot holder?
Oops. The message is just a thin layer that I can easily wipe away. Oh, it looks exactly the same underneath. What a coincidence.
That it does! What a coincidence. Now it's further augmented! And now it's even more augmented. We're making this sign better every time we use something on it.
Sheriff Conrad investigates. Yep, the trail leads to the right.
And it leads to the phone. I'm not afraid of using the cup on this.
Do you know where I can find a trash can?
Hard to say. I only know the way to the phone.
That you do, but if there was a trash can over there, you'd be pointing at both of them.
Where do I find the kitchen?
Hard to say. I only know the way to the phone.
But what if the kitchen was over there?
The message is freely accessible. The phone is to the right.
Well, actually, the thing that the phone's connected to normally is on the right. It's actually not there.
This is where our path forks.
That it does. I like that pun.
Aha! On guard!
Good thing they put these training guides here. I'll have to remember to thank the Knight of the White Lance later.
I like that there was a clink there. That little attention to detail. Now I want to sign this again. Left is not Dr. Marcel, and I'm very glad for that.
Which way was it to the group therapy session again?
Hard to say. I only know the way to the phone.
That you do. And finally, toenail.
It isn't attached with screws. It simply adheres to the wall through the wonders of subatomic gravitational forces.
I don't think that's how that works. Now we have some pictures. That looks like a very sad parrot.
Poetic and depressing at the same time.
Indeed.
Hello, little birdie. What ails you so very much?
I want out of here.
I can certainly relate.
That you can. Can we take you with us? Then you can escape with us.
I'd rather leave it there. The artist seems to have had a hard life already, without someone running around and stealing his art.
Don't steal art, everyone.
I'd rather leave it there. The artist seems to have without...
Nothing else we can do with that, so let's have Harvey look at it.
Whoa! I really like that.
Yeah, me too, little buddy.
Let's give the bird a mustache.
Come on, Harvey.
We might end up doing that. First, polo mallet.
No, this should stay clean and intact.
Ah, we're getting the same things as we got for the graffiti.
No, this should...
Yep, not surprising.
Captain Useless has the ability to draw mysterious patterns on the edge of a Sudoku booklet.
That's new. Pot holder?
Cool.
That it is. Those won't work. What about this?
It's so good, it should be illegal.
I think we've heard of that one before too. So let's move on to this one. I think most of the things we're going to get from this are the same as we get with the graffiti. Let's look at this very sad picture.
So much expression with so few lines. A masterpiece.
Indeed, that is quite a sad frowny face there.
Talk to me, oh art.
Hello, Edna. This is the art speaking.
How art thou, art?
Your state-of-the-art inquiry pleases me.
How art thou art? There are so many deep answers to that question alone.
I'd rather leave it there. The artist seems to, without someone...
That's pretty much the same. What do you think about this, Harvey?
Whoa! I really like that.
Yeah, me too, little buddy.
Let's give...
Come on.
That's the same, and I imagine these will all be the same too.
No.
They are going to be the same, so there's only one more thing that we can look at, the message board itself.
This bulletin board is obviously used as a gallery for the inmates' art.
That it is. Also, there are no cushions on this sofa. Surprising no one.
Yes, conversation can be an art form too.
That it can.
I don't have any pictures I want to exhibit.
Then clearly, we need to make one.
And take away the only means of personal expression from my fellow sufferers? I'm not a barbarian.
That you're not. Harvey?
Look, Harvey, a bulletin board.
Yippee! This is my third favorite kind of board! Right after the entertainment software rating board and the Ouija board!
We've heard that one before, but I just like hearing it.
I'd love to.
We're gonna get that a lot, aren't we, about there being no pins. But we can draw on it. Edna is the best. Indeed. And we can put mustard on it. And ketchup, I imagine. Yep. Can we draw on it some more? Yes, we can. Now let's arrest it.
I'd love to.
Fair enough. Can we put this on it?
I'd love to.
I thought we might get something different because that's made of paper, and these were clearly drawn on paper. But maybe they weren't. Maybe they were drawn on very thick cardboard. And when we come back, folks, we'll examine the payphone. And there's a surprisingly large amount of stuff that we can look at when it comes to the payphone. Makes me think that this is going to be important. There's probably going to be something in the coin chute. We could do with getting a coin. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. We have more spaces that we can fill after all. We can have 16 more inventory items. And the fact that we have so many spaces tells me that we may fill them all up. Maybe. If we do, man, will we be able to solve every puzzle imaginable. Because with a full inventory, everything is possible. Did you hear me? Everything. Later.